I'm going to go ahead and skip to 23 right quick. Because I want to in the worst way. Texas San Antonio, Roadrunners. I'm not a Roadrunner. Y'all been 2 minutes old in football. Y'all created a football program in 2011. You got no tradition whatsoever. And yet, I'm rooting for you. I'm wearing a shirt for you, baby. Because I know they're not going to give you a chance. And I would like to think the blue bloods among us would love a 16-team playoff, if for no other reason than to stop the rise of the usurpers that are UTSA. Line them up, play. I got to talk with my buddy Jeff Schwartz on the Spaces here a little bit later. And my buddy Jeff Schwartz likes to say, UTSA would be a 35, 40-point underdog to an Alabama. I don't dispute that. I am saying line them up and play. You know why I say line them up and play? Because I thought his Oregon Ducks were going to get the hell beat out of them by Ohio State. And what happened? They went into Columbus without the best player in football, Kayvon Thibodeau, and got a W. Because that's what the games are for. I grew up understanding the theory of competition. Let me back up here. They tell me only the strong will survive. Only the strong. The weak get separated. They get eaten. They get whatever. Only the strong. But the theory of competition says just because you're the strong doesn't mean you can't get your butt kicked. Line them up. Let them go. They work too hard for this. Why are you so insistent on keeping UTSA at the back of your top 25, let alone not put them in last week when they were 8-0? And I dare say, if their game was not on national television where they're stomping a mud hole in UTEP and walking it dry, you would have kept them out this week. They're 9-0. That means even if they lose the next 3 games, they're 9-3. You know how many other teams would love to be 9-3 at the end of this season? And yet you want to keep them out in the second week of November. You want to keep them in the back. They beat the Illinois team that beat Minnesota. The Minnesota, you had the audacity to rank number 20 in these here rankings that matter. They matter. They matter because this is the best way we have of picking a national champion to date. And I'm saying take it out of their hands. Let them do their seeding. Let them pick their large teams. Let the BYUs and the Notre Dames or whatever get in. Although BYU's going to be a Big 12 team. But you understand. You have your independence because, hey, RJ, I think that's going to dilute the regular season. I think that that's going to take away from the regular season. Oh, yeah? Tell me how taking away from the regular season is Alabama playing New Mexico State this weekend. That game matters to make New Mexico State. I'm sure they need the money. It don't matter to you. It don't matter to me. I dare say it doesn't matter to anybody outside of those 2 teams. But if New Mexico State was undefeated, we'd have a different conversation. New Mexico State joins a conference, or maybe, heaven foretend, gets one of those at-large bursts in my 16-team playoff, then we're talking about something different. We're talking about this at the start of the college basketball season. When Kansas will play Michigan State, 2 teams you expect to be there at the end. And nobody's losing their mind about who wins and who loses because they got this thing called a tournament where if you win your conference championship, you're automatically in. Where those 2 teams will probably play again or could play again. But here we are talking about undefeated teams missing a playoff. Is that not asinine to you? Apparently not. Because I seen you in my mentions calling me all sorts of names because I'm the heretic that has the audacity to actually say to you, who love to tell me about winning back-to-back world championships in the 20th century, hello USA, that you're caping for losers. I have never seen so many people make an excuse for losers as I have this year. If Oklahoma had a loss, I'd be talking about them the same way. Ask Oklahoma fans. They will let you know. There is no bigger critic of that football team than me because I love it so much. I know so much about it. I expect more from it. And you're doggone right. When they're undefeated, I'm going to tell you about it. Just like I'm telling you about UTSA. Just like I'm telling you about Cincinnati. I don't have to spend any time on Georgia. We all get it. We understand. I spend more time telling everybody that Jordan Davis ought to win the Heisman Trophy than I do that Georgia's the best team in the country. Because we love the SEC. We give all our respect to the SEC. Hell, how many SEC teams we got in this thing? Georgia, Alabama. Oh, that's the top two. Hello? Texas A&M at 11 with 2 losses. One to Mississippi State, who got beat by Memphis, who got beat by UTSA. You see what I'm saying here? This is hypocrisy. What are we doing? Cat, producer Cat, pull up the criteria. Let's talk through this right quick while I got a little bit of time left here. Conference championships 1. I'll bet you UTSA is going to win a conference championship. I'll bet you Alabama or Georgia is going to lose 1. Strength of schedule. You know already. Crapshoot. Throw it in the air. One of your teams might be good. One of your teams might be bad. Hell, Eastern Michigan is playing tonight. They are 6-3 at the start of their game against Ohio. Nobody thought that win would be worth the doggone when Wisconsin paid Eastern Michigan to play that game. Instead, I would point you to the 2 losses they have to Michigan State and to Notre Dame, and that they lost 3 of their first 4 after being preseason number 12. Head-to-head competition. Good Lord, I would lose my mind if y'all did not rank Oregon ahead of Ohio State. Because that is as pure as it gets, man. That's it. You play somebody straight up in this sport where that's rare out of conference. You better respect it. Comparative outcomes against common opponents. If Ohio State's win against Nebraska is good, Oklahoma's win against Nebraska is good, and the last time I checked, 9-0 is better than 8-1. And yet you got Oklahoma at 8. You got Ohio State to play off. What are we doing? I'm not caping for Oklahoma over Ohio State. I'm caping for fairness. I'm caping for morality. This matters to me, man. It matters to those players. Thanks for watching this video. And remember, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos on the #1 Ranked Show YouTube channel.